Hello guys, welcome to ID Talk TV. In this video, I'll be bringing you some of the latest happening in the world of football. We'll take a look at the latest on Nicholas Jackson as it regards Aston Villa, the latest on Eberechi Eze, Xavi Simons and Alejandro Garnacho, Jordan Sancho and Tosin Adarabioyo. Okay, without much delay, let's dive into it and take a look at the happenings. Check this out from Florent Plattenbox. More on Nicholas Jackson and Aston Villa. Also due to FFP reason, it is currently not possible for Aston Villa to pay a transfer fee of over 60 million euros for Jackson's package. If anything, it would have to be a loan deal. What's clear and why Aston Villa are keeping a close eye on the situation until deadline day is that Unai Emery is an admirer of Nicholas Jackson and is keen to bring in the 24-year-old versatile striker. Wow. So that is the latest concerning Aston Villa that actually indicated interest in signing Nicholas Jackson. And so far, it has been reported that Aston Villa cannot sign or cannot pay a fee of over 60 million euros on Nicholas Jackson due to FFP, financial fair play. And so, the only possible way for them to get Nicholas Jackson is a loan move. And Unai Emery has been a big admirer of Nicholas Jackson. So we're going to see how this will play out in the coming days. If Nicholas Jackson will head to the Villa Park on a loan move, or, as it has always been reported, whether Newcastle United will snap their favourite on their short list when it has to do with striker. Okay, let's take a look at this report from The Telegraph as reported by Chelsea Football Club. Check this out. Chelsea are looking to arrange sales or loans for Jackson, Nkunku, Dosasi, Renato Veiga, Chukwuemeka, Chinwell, and potentially George Heron Hanselmino as interest from Europe. I think this report will definitely excite Aston Villa, having been unable to secure the signing of Nicholas Jackson if the fee is over 60 million pounds. But as it is now, Chelsea are looking to arrange the sales of some of those players that have been listed here: Nicholas Jackson, Nkunku, Desasi, Renato Veiga, potentially George. And there have been interest from Europe on the Chelsea Young Academy prodigy, talking about Heron Hanselmino. So, in the coming days, we're going to see how this will play out. But in my opinion, if I want to look at the situation of all of these players, I think Nicholas Jackson should be sold outrightly. Christopher Nkunku should be sold outrightly. Renato Veiga, one player that Chelsea actually bought and have not actually been given that opportunity to showcase what he have got. He have always desired to play as a centre back, even though the versatile defense player have not gotten that privilege, and it's on the short list of either to be sold or loan. But I reckon Chelsea loan Renato Veiga. Also, I know that for Eric George, definitely it's going to be a loan. I will only be surprised if Chelsea end up selling Eric George. But let's see how this will play out in the coming days. The transfer window still have less than 2 weeks of it to go. So let's take a look at the latest happening regarding Eberechi Eze and his move to Tottenham Hotspur. Check this out as reported by Fabrizio Romano. Negotiation for Eberechi Eze to Spurs again underway today after £55 million plus £5 million add-ons proposal yesterday. Daniel Levy and Steve Parish in direct contact to seal the agreement. So, talk is underway between Daniel Levy and the Crystal Palace owner. They both have a very good relationship, and one thing is important. Tottenham Hotspur has presented a bid of £55 million plus £5 million add-ons, and let's see how that is going to play out. If Crystal Palace will definitely accept that fee, if that is what they are asking. But in the coming days, we'll see how this is going to play out. But one thing that is interesting about the whole saga is Eberechi Eze is keen on a move to the White Hart Lane. But here's one interesting thing that is coming out from Crystal Palace. Check this out as reported by Dom Smith. Eberechi Eze is closing in on Tottenham, and Maguire's future isn't certain either. But Crystal Palace's greatest asset is neither Eberechi Eze or Maguire. It's Oliver Glasner, a piece on why his future is the most important thing for Crystal Palace. Wow, this is quite interesting. And that's to tell you that Crystal Palace and the management of Crystal Palace are not perturbed by the move of Eberechi Eze being linked to Tottenham Hotspur, and the player also have indicated interest that he wants to join Spurs. And also Maguire, talking about the team captain, who have been on the move to Anfield, with Liverpool strongly linked with Maguire. But Crystal Palace have come out to say neither Eberechi Eze nor Maguire is Crystal Palace asset. Crystal Palace asset currently is no other than Oliver Glasner, which is the manager of the football club. And this is quite interesting. And that simply means Crystal Palace as a club is giving the manager full support and everything it will need to succeed. So invariably, they are still going to go out in the transfer market to get the replacement of both players should eventually the deal scale through. Okay, let's head over to Brentford and check the latest on Yoni Wissa. Check this out from Fabrizio Romano. Newcastle to resume talks for Yoni Wissa, but Brentford position has changed again this weekend. Wissa could be blocked from leaving as Brentford are doubling down on valuation. Wissa continue to push for an exit. Key weeks ahead. From every indication, it's looking like Brentford doesn't want to lose their midfielder, talking about Yoni Wissa. But the player in question has been keen on a move to Newcastle United. So, as it is believed that Brentford is actually blocking the move of Yoni Wissa to Crystal Palace, as reported that over the weekend it was believed Brentford are doubling down on the valuation. That simply indicates that they don't want the player to leave, but the player is doing everything possible to push for a move to Newcastle United. And here's the latest report that is coming out from that situation. Check this out. Breaking: Yoni Wissa has unfollowed Brentford, changed his profile picture to black, and removed all club photos from his Instagram account as he looks to leave the club. Wissa's move to Newcastle is currently being blocked by Brentford, as exclusively revealed earlier with Alex Crook. The 28-year-old is unhappy. Brentford won't now engage over a sale unless a £60 million plus valuation is met. Despite informing Wissa a few weeks ago they would entertain a sale. Wissa was also told a year ago he could leave for £26 million in bracket €30 million after committing to last season following Ivan Toney's departure to Hull Ali. Brentford insists Dango Hautara is a Brian Mbeumo replacement, and for a Wissa exit to happen, another forward must be added as well as their high valuation met. Wow, Wissa currently is not really happy at Brentford. And one thing I do say it most time when it comes to issues like this: no club should keep a player that is not happy. Yoni Wissa have actually indicated interest that he wants to go and is really pushing for that move. And what is the action he has taken? Yoni Wissa has ended up on following Brentford and changed his profile picture to black and removed all club photos from his Instagram account. That is the situation right now regarding Yoni Wissa and Brentford concerning his move to Newcastle United. What do you make of the situation of Yoni Wissa at Brentford? Do you think he's taking the right move, having unfollowed Brentford and removed every club photos from his Instagram bio? Drop your comment down below. Let's see how this will play out in the coming days. Okay, let's head over to Manchester United and check the latest on Jadon Sancho. Check this out as coming from Fabrizio Romano. Manchester United are aware of Jadon Sancho's plan to consider different proposal after rejecting AS Roma on Monday. United insist for Sancho to find a solution as soon as possible. Yesterday, it was reported that Jadon Sancho has rejected an offer from AS Roma, and that he will not be joining AS Roma. And he feels he still have time for him to get another club, since the transfer window is still very much open, and he hopes to get a club before the transfer window will shut down. And now Manchester United have actually come into the situation and insist for Sancho to find a solution as soon as possible. And that is the stand of Manchester United currently, that Jadon Sancho should look for a solution as soon as possible, having rejected a move to AS Roma. Okay, check this out. The latest on Xavi Simons and Alejandro Garnacho. Check this from Dom Smith. Chelsea remain confident they can sign both Xavi Simons and Alejandro Garnacho rather than one or the other, working hard to sell unwanted attackers in the meantime. So that has always been the situation regarding Xavi Simons and Alejandro Garnacho. All Chelsea need to do is to sell some couple of players. And I have been saying this, and I will keep saying it. Should Chelsea sell Nkunku and Nicholas Jackson right now, in the next 48 hours, it will be a year we go for Xavi Simons, and also Alejandro Garnacho will follow suit. So that is the latest situation concerning Xavi Simons and Alejandro Garnacho. Both players are patiently waiting, and both players desperately want a move to Chelsea. And before the transfer market will shut down, both Alejandro Garnacho and Xavi Simons will definitely be a Chelsea player. Okay, let's end this video with this latest coming concerning Tosin, who actually missed Chelsea opening EPL game due to some precautionary injury. Check this out, as reported by Dom Smith. Exclusive: Tosin Adarabioyo's injury described as very minor. The current plan is for him to return to training after this week. Huge boost for Chelsea Football Club. I think this is good news. It's definitely good to hear, and it's good to know that Tosin Adarabioyo is to resume training this week, and we hope to see him come back to his very best. What do you make of all the latest happening in the world of football? Drop your comment down below. Thank you for watching. Catch you in my next video. Bye.